Welcome to Phandom Knights.
Conspiracy Nights. I'm going crazy here. I got too much going on in my head. This episode's not going to be.
Where we talk about pop culture and break down pop culture one Phandom at a time. That was really bad. I apologize.
I'm Chris.
I'm Dustin.
Sherman.
We're talking about Wandavision episode 2. No season.
Bewitched.
Bewitched.
Style.
Yes,
The 60s.
That's exactly what I put.
The 60s.
Dude, yeah.
Spoilers. I didn't say that before the synopsis.
Spoiler alert.
last
Yeah,
time,
major spoiler
but
alert.
I'm going to go through a synopsis and then we'll
Sorry,
talk about
guys.
it.
Spoilers.
General discussion. We got 2 people watching us here, so no pressure. Here we go. Spoilers. Again.
Hold on. This is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
That's perfect for WandaVision. All right. During what appears to be the 1960s, Wanda and Vision hear strange noises outside their house, which seems to be caused by a tree branch in the wind. They prepare their magic act. You guys have both seen this, right? Hopefully.
We said spoiler alert.
Okay.
Who cares? Sorry, guys.
They prepare their magic act for a neighborhood talent show. Wanda and Agnes spend a day with the show's planning committee, led by Dottie, and Vision attends a neighborhood watch meeting, where he accidentally swallows some chewing gum. Wanda befriends another neighbor, Geraldine, and notices more strange things: a yellow and red helicopter in their black and white world, a voice on the radio that seems to be speaking to her, and a red blood stain. Thanks to the gum caught in his internal mechanisms, Vision appears to be intoxicated at the talent show and publicly reveals his abilities. Wanda uses her own abilities to make this look like simple magic tricks and fixes Vision by removing the gum from his gears. They return home and Wanda becomes visibly pregnant when she sees a strange beekeeper emerging from a manhole on their street. Wanda panics and resets reality to before the figure appears. Then the setting changes to the 1970s and everything becomes colorful. Also, there's a commercial during WandaVision that advertises Strucker watches. So, that's this episode. What do you guys think?
That was, I don't know, it just gave a little bit more Easter eggs to kind of build on before, I thought.
This one, I saw an Easter egg breakdown video of episode 1 and 2, and it was mostly of the comic book references and stuff. Mm-hmm. This one had the most. And it was mostly in that little animated intro with everything. There was like 30 different things. Like, oh, that's this random person from this comic book. That's this random person from whatever thing. This thing you never heard of, but it means this. Who's that thing's cat? And it's like, holy crap. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in this one. But yeah, I don't have my crazy conspiracies on this one yet, but let's talk about it because I kind of want to develop them. So.
All right, so real quick, cartoon intro.
Yeah.
We got 3 posters.
Yeah.
For Easter eggs.
Yep.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing Easter eggs?
Yeah.
So we had Booma Milk.
Bavo.
Bova
Milk.
Bova milk. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we're speeding things up, and I'm like getting all tongue-tied.
We watched the breakdown thing of this, and I didn't know who Bova was, and he's like, "This is gonna get weird," but he's
a sentient cow
midwife
who
gave birth
to the twins.
Like, what the heck?
Wanda and Pietro.
That's so random. But
so I didn't get the reference for the Auntie A's though.
Auntie A's was Agnes. Agnes is the witch that they're saying that the neighbor is, which we didn't really tell that in the first episode, but the neighbor is supposedly this witch named Agnes, and she's Auntie Agnes in the comic books. So Auntie A's is Auntie Agnes's whatever thing they're advertising, and in the comic books, Auntie Agnes had a cat. So that's why there's a picture of the cat.
There's a cat, yeah.
Yeah.
The first note I got probably means nothing, but the helicopter that was colored.
Mm-hmm.
It also had the sword logo on the nose of it too.
Yeah. I've seen a couple things.
And number 57.
57?
On the helicopter.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, I didn't know what that means though.
Heinz 57? Now, stick with me here. Ketchup is red. No, just kidding.
Stay with me.
Stay with me. It's pretty complicated. High level stuff we're talking about here. Yeah.
I didn't really have too many in-depth notes. I kind of feel like last episode is way better.
This one, I just want to kind of talk about it because it was just kind of crazy. But
so Geraldine, have you found out who Geraldine is?
I haven't.
Okay, so we'll skip that. Gum defeats Vision.
Yeah. Again, I think it's just a representation of Vision kind of losing control, and in a way, like, if this was reality and if this was like a serious movie where we resurrected Vision and now he's back online, you know there'd be a scene where he's like now functioning here or there, and like this is the sitcom version of that, I guess. And this is all after just one watch of it, I guess. So I feel like I'm gonna learn a whole bunch of stuff after a couple extra viewings of this. You know, I'm sure there's a ton of stuff, but so it starts with something hitting the window and stuff, and I just feel like the whole like something is attacking our house is like something from outside is coming into our reality, and that I don't want, or that Wanda doesn't want. You know, the beekeeper or the therapist from the first episode. Like there's these people who are coming into the reality, and reality's breaking down. I feel like this whole series is going to be like going through all these different eras, but also reality kind of breaking down in a way. And I saw one thing where that's kind of what happened with sitcoms in general. That sitcoms started off very like surface level, like, oh, my husband, you know, you never really know what he does for a living, and the wife's just at home and whatever. But then as it gets further and further into our world, like our sitcoms in our world, they get a lot more complicated. And like the husband and wife are finally sleeping in the same bed now, and they're, you know, there's not just 3 cameras for this whole show. There's outdoor cameras, just like in this episode. It's not just the 3 camera setup like a normal sitcom. They have like close-ups, and they're outside, just like in the Andy Griffith show, where they like do outdoor shots and stuff like that. Like they do that in this one too, and I don't know.
So this would be more like towards the 60s.
This is the 60s, yeah.
60s,
yeah.
Which actually is part of what another one of the things for this episode, and I know you conspiracy man. So with reality cracking more, so every time like things go wrong and they get like flustered and things start happening, every time that happens, apparently I didn't know this, somebody says the word damn, which prior to 1970s was a big no-no on
in
like
this episode.
No, in so far in these 2 episodes.
They do in both of them?
Because his boss in the first episode and Vision say it.
Oh, okay.
And those are big no-nos.
Yeah.
Prior to the 70s for any like television sitcoms.
Okay.
So like it helps kind of like show that like something's off.
Right. Like this doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was even in the first episode, and now it's like there's color in this. Like that definitely doesn't belong here. And I mean, this episode, I feel like
this had a very Pleasant View kind of feel.
Oh yeah, for sure. But this episode, I feel like solidified my belief in the whole conspiracy theory that I was talking about with the last episode, because things happen again. Like Agnes comes up and she's like, "Oh, isn't it the star of the show?" And like she's kind of in a way breaking the fourth wall of this universe, saying like, "Oh, isn't it the star of the show? You're the star of this show you're putting on," and just trying to flatter her, and again controlling her in a way, like telling her what to do by asking her questions and stuff. And I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about that.
I'll just cut right to the next thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Dottie, when her and Wanda are cleaning up or whatever, Wanda reassures her, like, I'm not here to, like, I'm not gonna harm anyone. And Dottie's like, I don't believe you. Like, she thinks that Wanda's there to hurt people. That's what I got from that.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm not here to harm anyone. And Dottie's like, I don't believe you. And that's when the radio scene starts happening, like, immediately after that.
Right. Again, she kind of loses control because she gets questioned. And it's like, whoa, now something's getting in. It's weird that it's coming in through the radio.
That's right next to them.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you were asking who's Geraldine?
Yeah.
Geraldine is a cover. Because apparently it's been actually reported that this is the grown-up version of Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
That's Geraldine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just an alias.
Yeah. Cool. I don't know. And then, speaking of the voice on the radio.
Who do you guys think that was?
Well, Disney Plus spoiled it, and
Agent Wu or whatever.
Yeah, we saw it because I always watch stuff with subtitles on.
Yeah.
And it says Agent Wu, and then it says the quote. Like it says who is talking because you can't see the person.
Because
so if you look at the subtitles, it
for
says
me it just
Agent
said
Wu
"man
right
on radio."
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Maybe they changed it.
Because when I watched it,
I mean, it's
but
not that
I
big
watched
of a
it
change.
at 2:00 in the morning when it came out, and it said "man on radio."
I watched mine at like Saturday morning at like 12:30.
It said woo.
I know. Mine just said man on radio.
Mine did the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I read somewhere that it wasn't leaked in the subtitles, but it was leaked at the end credits over in like Germany,
which is the tough part.
Ooh. It was like German end credits that gave away Agent Wu.
Well, I've seen so many screenshots and stuff. I probably have changed the
so
reality. Yeah, I probably have changed the reality in my head to like that I actually saw it, but maybe I didn't. Maybe it's the German translation
who Agent
thing.
Wu is played by? That voice sounded so much like Matt Damon.
It sounded like why can't I think of his name? It sounded like Captain America to me.
Really?
Like to me, but not totally, because I'm like, is that? No, it's not. It's not. But my initial thought is like, oh, Captain America's here, but no, it was not him at all.
Yeah, I just didn't really get the feel of his voice. I don't know. It just sounded like Matt Damon for some reason. I don't know. Listen to it again and think Matt Damon, and you'll think it.
Okay.
I don't know why. But so yeah, Wanda, can you read me? Who is doing this to you, Wanda? That's what made me feel like
that's the crazy thing.
That's
what who's doing this to you?
That's what made me feel like it's Wanda's reality, but someone is still controlling her reality.
Right.
Somehow.
Agnes. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think it's Agnes. I think
feel
it's
like
AIM or Sword.
Well, I feel like
think Agnes is in on it.
Some organization or something did something to make her create this reality, and now they sent an agent in, or Agnes or whatever she is, to like kind of steer her. And isn't it your anniversary? Isn't it your this?
In the comics, wasn't Agnes like someone that trains Scarlet Witch though?
Yes.
Or helps her with her powers?
She teaches her magic.
Right.
Scarlet Witch already has like powers from the stone, but then she teaches her magic on top of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you think anything other than that sorts would go down? Maybe later?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't seem very antagonistic to her, so...
Right. It seems like she wants her to succeed.
Right.
Or just whatever.
Who knows why, but
succeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to talk... What do you think about Dottie? Who do you think she is? What are you laughing about?
I literally just read about this, like this specific part, because the theory is, if you count how many neighbors she has, so no. So
bear with me here.
I know. So
did you count how many grass little things are on the lawn?
It's not just that, but like the names of like some of the people that are introduced in this episode, like Herbert. The guy who like does the magic trick, like the card trick with Vision later, could potentially be the High Evolutionary, which in some old But so with all the females neighbors, there's a theory that it's the Salem 7, who are like old witches.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So I've seen so many theories and stuff about witches and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Marvel's gonna go that way, and like I've seen theories of like, Satan or Mephisto or something like that's gonna be the main bad guy, and I'm like, that's too far. I don't think.
Well, because
I don't think they're gonna do that as their flagship show on Disney for kids. Like I don't know. I don't think.
No, but like as an introductory thing, I can see. Because like in the cartoon intro, there's a reference to Grim Reaper as a character who's a villain.
Yeah. One small, tiny little reference.
Yeah, but still,
like Galactus' helmet.
Okay, like, you're the one who's like, you can read into every
I know. I'm just like, it was one little passing frame.
6 minutes left.
The ad in this one. Let's just get to that, I guess.
The
Strucker
watches.
Yeah, and it had Hydra on it.
Yep.
That was kind of cool. And I like people are equating it to the first one was Stark, and then the second one was Strucker, and when in Wanda's actual life,
Strucker was the one that like experimented on.
Yeah, but in Wanda's actual life, the horrible traumas that she's endured was one, the bomb that flew into their room.
Yep.
That was a Stark Industries bomb that was beeping but didn't go off, which was just like what the toaster did. And then so that was like a traumatic experience that would burn Stark into her mind. And then the second traumatic experience was getting her powers and being tortured, I guess, I don't know, by Strucker, and then it had a Hydra symbol on there, which was kind of cool. But
which personally,
does Strucker have anything to do with her brother dying? Because I know he got shot by a bunch of people.
Well, he got shot by
who fired the bullets?
Who was it? It was the Ultron bots.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just it wasn't like one person who killed her. And, so apparently, I guess ultimately it was Tony Stark who did it.
So this, sorry, I'm going to jump ahead. So the beekeeper that shows up,
we're pretty much there.
Yeah,
we're
so
pretty much there.
that outfit resembles AIM's agent uniforms.
Yep. Yeah.
It has a sword logo on the back.
Exactly,
right.
which is
why I'm thinking that this.
Well, this is why they're like it brings in that conspiracy theory portion where it's like, well, who does this person actually work for?
Yeah.
Sword or AIM?
Right.
And Strucker, like Baron von Strucker, helped found AIM.
Now, this is a stretch, but stick with me on this. So she created this alternate universe as like a idyllic place to live, like a proverbial land of milk and honey, if you will. So what would float through the sewers in a land of milk and honey? Bees would probably be down there. So I think he just came into the reality knowing that he's probably going to encounter some bees because he knows which way he's coming in, and that's why he's wearing the beekeeping outfit.
But why would they reference Strucker and have like an AIM type like uniform?
Yeah.
Like in the same episode. Also with that commercial, I took it as like a hint. Maybe Hydra is still watching. Because it's on a watch. Dude, I'm not going to put it past Disney to make a terrible joke like that. I am seriously not.
I was trying to kind of make a joke with my Land of Milk and Honey thing, but that was hilarious.
I'm not joking. I'm serious. I was like, okay. I wouldn't put it past Disney to be like, yeah, like they've been watching this whole time.
Yeah. So, speaking of that scene, I mean, she walks out and she sees the beekeeper and she's like, nope. Which that sewer was not there. I've seen side-by-side comparisons of that street. The sewer was not there, and then at night it's there. So it just appeared out of nowhere. How? I don't know. But then she just comes out there and she sees the beekeeper, and the no that she says is like the most acting we've seen in this series so far.
It was almost like the real Scarlet Witch from Endgame.
Like like all the memories just flooded back, and she's like, no, and just. Then it all rewinds, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant. She's having kids.
All right, hold on. We got a couple minutes here. Magic show.
Oh yeah,
we didn't talk about that. Mm-hmm. Cabinet of Mysteries having the Mind Stone like straight up emblazoned on the front.
That was cool.
I didn't really get anything out of his other like magic tricks though. As like references.
Yeah. Again, I feel that whole magic scene just seemed like a lot of just empty fluff to me. But that's just me remembering after one viewing. So
I watched it again.
I know.
You'll dig something.
I'm actually kind of curious if they would bring in the Salem 7 then, because Dottie specifically says like that's like the best like thing we've ever seen on this stage, or like, and it's like her actual magic being performed.
The whole time I was thinking like, what award did she win? She won like the most creative
best comedy.
Best comedy, yeah. And like it seemed like an award she just like made up. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
So you're telling me you went to a statue shop or a trophy shop? You went and said, you know what? Just in case someone has like
a super
funny thing, like it's not an award we're actually gonna do. I'm just gonna let's make an extra one for best comedy just in case. I don't know. Yeah. Again, I'm digging way too much into that. But what do you think about the kid? Her all of a sudden being pregnant and.
And then with the transition for like the color around everything.
Yeah, I'm lost. I know. I mean, the transition probably just like transitioned into the next time, like 70s. But
I know she gets pregnant in the comics, and the references that I've seen, like from other people and stuff, of what all this stuff could mean. In the first episode was crazy. This one is just the theories are just like bananas. Like the sentient cow midwife, like.
That was just a reference.
I know.
I don't think that's like
but
there's
I'm just
no
saying,
theory
like,
behind that.
You throw in little things, and it's like, okay, there's like all the crazy theories about this episode could just be called sentient cow midwife because like they're all just crazy.
Well, I don't know, because like with like if you're potentially introducing like you know a group of witches, having like the Grim Reaper as a reference, like is there any chance that like
magic does exist in the Marvel universe? I'm just saying it.
Well, that's what I'm kind of getting at, because like if you introduce those, could you potentially introduce like Mephisto and bring Ghost Rider back into the MCU?
Yeah.
Like long term.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Nick Cage. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I did like the transition from black and white to color, and that happened in Bewitched, like the actual, the actual 1960s show. Like they started in black and white, and then there was a scene where she like snaps her fingers, and then all of a sudden it's in color if you had a color TV. So I don't know, that was really cool.
That'd be pretty boring to watch on a black and white TV.
I spent so much money. I spent so much money on this color TV, and everything's black and white. It's like on a 4K TV watching a standard DVD. Like.
Cavemen.
Yeah. Neanderthals.
Well, I think we're out of time. That's 20 minutes exactly.
That's all, honestly, that's all I have for this episode. It was really good. Yeah. I'm excited to dive deep into the next one. So, Dustin, take us out.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Phandom Knights. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and iTunes and Spotify podcasts, as well as like 4 other lesser named podcasts.
If Dustin gets bored tonight, he'll set up another Tinder.
No, I got plenty of things to do now. But thanks for watching again, and join our Facebook group. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Maybe? Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. Okay.
I gotta put some like theme song music to this.
Just do like the end of Wandavision.
Literally just like...